Recording going.
Okay.
Can you back up just for the minute that we were lost? I don't know
Yeah.
what we lost there. I'm
I don't know
sorry.
what happened. That was bizarre. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't either. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. It said the host disabled me, but only you and I are hosts, Ron Baru.
Yeah, I may have pushed a button. Yeah, I don't know. Should I?
Just a
Could be
second.
the tech giants.
Well, let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. Share. Yeah, the tech giants. Yeah, they don't like me talking about pornography, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. MindGeek, is a big company. Yeah, there is a huge company that controls just about all of the outlets, the pornography outlets. It's based out of Montreal, actually, and they have their offices in Canada and Germany, and they have more technology skills at their hands than any of the social media sites, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And they're very, very smart, so as I was just mentioning here, it evolved, to high intensity videos, smartphones and apps, and it's moving in the direction of AI and virtual reality, artificial intelligence and virtual reality. So I'm talking about things like, I'm not saying that the metaverse is going to do this, but the same idea, putting the augmented reality headset on and or even holograms, that kind of thing is on the horizon. And you hear often about pornography as being affordable, accessible, and anonymous, the 3 A's. It's not really anonymous. It is not really anonymous when a person logs on to a site, a website, that is being tracked, just like anything else, any other, search that you do, any other company, except that the company that is the mothership of a lot of these, websites, is very, very sophisticated at tracking and collecting data from you if you go onto their sites. So they're interested in your behavior and what you're looking at, what you're viewing, what you're doing, what you're purchasing from them. They use it for marketing, and they use it to build what they call a behavioral profile around you, so that they have a better sense of who it is that they're targeting with this. Porn addiction, pornography, first of all, I don't like the word porn. That minimizes the impact of it. It's pornography. But pornography addiction is not related to how much time you spend on the device. It's more related to the intensity of the images. So the way it's delivered now in these short YouTube-like clips, a person can go onto a site and have 10 clips open at the same time. And it's that kind of intensity that rewires the brain. So with every addiction, there's a little bit of neuroplastic rewiring that goes on, that actually remains there. Even if the person stops using, it gets less strong as time goes on, but it stays there for a very long time, sometimes a lifetime, which explains why it's so easy to relapse, or to slip, if a person isn't doing self-care, or vigilant around their issues. 12-step recovery, Alcoholics Anonymous, Sex Addicts Anonymous, Al-Anon. These are the main books used by the 12-step community. AA is the mother of all these groups, and it was founded by a guy named Bill Wilson in the late 30s, developed in the 40s, and it has saved many people's lives. There is a group called the Bhakti Recovery Group, and these are the 12 steps, that were reframed. You may have heard talks by Jiva G, who's traveling the planet, the solar system, and the universe, talking about the Bhakti Recovery Group online. And in India, she was there recently and does these retreats. This is the 12 steps from the Bhakti Recovery Group, which mirror the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. They basically have 3 movements. The first 3 steps are about surrender. essentially. The end of the Gita, Krishna says, surrender yourself to me. And that's the third step. The next couple of steps there, 4 through 8, 9, are about cleaning your house, doing a really intense inventory of character, both strengths and, what they call defects in the movement. And then confessing those to someone that you really trust, a sponsor, guru, a counselor, and then when you're ready, asking the Lord to help remove them from your life, from our life, so that's usually called cleaning house. The first 3 steps are surrender. These next steps are cleaning house. It reminds me of Chaitanya cleaning the temple. I was sweeping out the temple. Those steps there are about sweeping out the temple of the heart, and actually the surrender, the repetition of the Maha Mantra, this is just my view, my opinion, but when it sinks from the mind into the heart, it sweeps out stuff. Krishna's name sweeps out some of the stuff that these steps want to address. And that's a very beautiful process. And then the last couple of steps there are about continuing to practice. So I continue this practice of being mindful, reflecting on myself. I continue my practice of chanting, meditation, and prayer. And that becomes not just one time, it's a lifelong practice. And then I go out and I spread the message. I take my message and I spread it. The Bhakti Recovery Group does that, and in a very beautiful way. This last slide is just some ideas about helping, being compassionate, remembering that people don't ask to become addicted. It's not about who they are, why they did it. It's about what happened to them most of the time as kids. What's missing from the person's life. These rules get hammered into us sometimes. Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel. So it's very hard for people in some communities, temple communities, church communities, to break through these rules that get hammered into us as kids. Don't talk about what's going on here in this house. Don't trust your own gut when you know what's happening. And for God's sakes, don't feel anything. It's not okay to cry. I'll give you something to cry about. You're angry. Oh, I'll show you what anger is. Those messages really get kind of hammered into us. And then knowing the resources, the spiritual, medical, emotional resources. There are treatments for opioid addiction, buprenorphine, Suboxone, methadone, that all work well when they're done right, and they're done correctly. They all require, in my opinion, counseling, and then they eventually, people can let go of them eventually, hopefully, but the help is there. Going back to Madhya Lila, so the Lord Chaitanya's prayer, in my mind, corresponds to the first 3 steps of the 12-step program. There's no limit to the unwanted desires of lust. I have rendered them so much service. And, step 1 is I'm powerless over my addiction and my life has become unmanageable. Oh, Lord, recently my intelligence has been awakened and now I'm giving them up. I came to believe that Krishna, a power greater than myself, can restore me to sanity. That came to believe, to me, I think of the Sanskrit word shadra, it's more than just belief in the mind. It's in my character, it's in my heart. And then, finally, due to the transcendental intelligence, I now refuse to obey the unwanted desires. And kindly, help me, please. And step 3 is I make a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of Krishna as I understand him. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here with that. And I refer you to the Bhakti Recovery Group. If you're interested in checking it out, all you need to do is Google Bhakti Recovery Group, just like that, and you'll come to the website. The website tells you a little bit about the program, the steps, and the list of meetings. There are meetings almost sometimes 2 a day now, actually online on Zoom. The members of the groups are from all over the world, devotees from all over the world. And some of the meetings have themes. Monday's meeting is a meeting in the afternoon that focuses on a reading from Prabhupada and his letters or lectures, combined with a short meditation on something from Bill Wilson. The Tuesday meetings, there's a women's meeting in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, and there's a men's meeting that is focused on the Sex Addicts Anonymous program. The Wednesday meeting is focused on a variety of literature from both recovery and Prabhupada. Thursday's meeting is focused on the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, and the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And then Friday is a Al-Anon meeting, ACOA meeting, Adult Children of Alcoholics, and that's a really cool meeting. And then there's weekend meetings as well. So I would encourage you to get familiar with that, because you may know somebody who would benefit by coming to a meeting and getting familiar. So it's the Bhakti Recovery Group. All you got to do is Google that. It'll take you right to the website. So Rambaru, we can turn the video recording off now and open it up for some questions.